The moment he stepped back into the place we used to share, I felt something unexpected rising in my chest, amusement. He was wearing the same scent he always did, wearing that same confident grin like nothing had changed. But everything had. I wasn't the girl he'd once left sobbing on these hardwood floors. He claimed he was here to pick up the rest of his stuff, but I knew better. He was here to see if I was still shattered. Spoiler alert, I wasn't. Right in the center of the coffee table sat a small, deep blue envelope. Crisp edges, no dust, placed with intention. He noticed it before he found me standing in the kitchen. His fingers hesitated for just a second before lifting it. He opened it, eyes flicking across the page, and all the color drained from his face. That was the moment he understood I was no longer his safe place. I used to be soft, not just physically, but in every way that made it easy to walk over me. He used to say that softness was why he loved me. That had made me comforting, different from the women who lived in gyms and quinoa bowls. I clung to that lie for years. He rested his head on my chest and whispered that my heartbeat grounded him, made him feel like he belonged. It turns out people like to live in comfort until something flashier comes along. It started with sarcasm wrapped in humor. You look incredible if you just slim down a touch. Then it turned into questions. Have you ever thought about personal training? Eventually, it became a confession thrown like a dagger during an argument. I'm not attracted to you anymore. After that, he packed a suitcase for some beach-bodied influencer he met online. She was everything I wasn't: angular, filtered, loudly confident, posting videos captioned with things like rise and grind. I didn't fight for him. Didn't chase. I simply let him go. Because while he was busy molding his muscles, I was rebuilding my backbone. No crying, no begging. No dramatic text messages at 2 a.m. Instead, I got quiet, focused, precise. He had always insisted on managing our money, said he was better at handling things. He forgot something important though. I was the one who handled him. I had the logins for everything from the checking account to the streaming services. Bit by bit, I shifted everything. The mortgage, the car lease, the insurance, all legally and permanently under my name. So when he walked out, expecting I'd crumble, I was laying bricks for my comeback. I took myself to a boxing class first. Not to impress anyone, to beat the sound of his dismissal out of my system. Every punch was like removing another burden he placed on my shoulders. Weeks later, I was running, weightlifting. Waking up before dawn not because I was chasing a body, but because I finally understood. I deserved to feel strong again. Months passed. Then, when I was ready, I sent him a short message: your belongings are here. He arrived, looking around like he'd stepped into someone else's life. The paintings were gone. Shelves empty. Even the TV he spent weeks researching, sold. Where's all my stuff? He demanded. I pointed to a single box by the door. That's everything that's yours, his brow furrowed. What about the rest? Mine now, I said simply. He stared, clueless, until he opened the blue envelope. The message was short. You chose what you wanted. I kept what you didn't value. This house, this peace, and someone who deserves them. He looked around like the walls themselves had betrayed him. From down the hall, a voice, deep and warm, called everything good. I didn't even blink. The sound did all the talking. His jaw clenched. You replaced me. I locked eyes with him. You left first. I watched panic settle in his shoulders like unwanted weight. He looked for something sharp to throw at me, some parting insult. But then he noticed the way my shirt fit now, the muscle in my arms, the ease in my stance. It hit him, slowly and painfully. I had become the kind of woman he once said I could never be without him. He turned to leave, mumbled something about being late. But before he touched the doorknob, I said, she's expecting, right? He froze. I didn't need confirmation. That's why he came, to clear space for the next life he jumped into too fast. I hope you're ready, I said. You've never handled responsibility well. He left without a word. The click of the closing door felt like a final exhale. The silence was rich, not empty, earned. He didn't break me by walking away. He just stripped off the last weight I needed to shed in order to rise. Revenge wasn't a speech or a screaming match. It was a sealed envelope, a steady voice, and a woman who finally picked herself. He thought someone else took his place. The truth was, it was me, all along. If this story made you feel something, drop a like. Comment I choose myself if you believe in self-worth over validation. Hit subscribe for more stories that remind you how powerful you really are.